Welcome back, everyone, to the continuation of our case in City of Mist, Shark Tank. Why, hello, everybody.
Why, hello there.
Well, let's go ahead and just get things started right at the top then. Not 2 seconds ago, little Miss Roxanne, you went ahead and used your shadow friends to suck everybody outside, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. Mr. Xander, you prepared a little bomb and shot it at Delia, and, well, she hungry, and you the only one left in here, so that's where we gonna pick things up off. How's that sound?
Landed.
Absolutely wonderful. Alrighty, so, like I mentioned before, there's not necessarily a turn order in this game. Whatever logically makes sense, makes sense. So, Xander, you fired a pretty cool arrow at her. That was a fist, and the bomb was strapped to it, and then it kind of just exploded, I believe.
I mean, more like a claw arrow holding the ball.
Pretty dope.
But yeah.
I dig it. After that goes off, she looks pissed, and she just flies at you, Xander, with utmost haste.
That didn't rock her at all? She just instantly coming at me?
If you recall last time, it exploded. She shot across the room, kind of bounced off the back wall, but because she was already coming towards the group and sees you're currently the only one, she's just flying towards you.
Well, I just asked if I was able to do something while she's bouncing off the wall.
No, it was literally a split second. So it exploded, and then she just bounced off and just flies at you. She was incredibly competent. You guys on the outside, Roxanne, I almost said Jasper. Technically, he's part of the game. Roxanne, Jasper, Moira, and Radaya, you guys hear an explosion from within. And to make things really clear for you guys, just past the entrance, which is maybe 15, 20 feet of walking past the north of this room that you guys entered in, the water just cuts off completely. Like a flat 90-degree wall. Plop, you guys are just out, and you're in the open air. You're completely soaked, but you're outside. And then you guys hear an explosion.
So, who gets his car?
Hurtful.
We don't know what happened to him yet. He's probably still in there. Maybe, hopefully.
Do we know why I guess we could extrapolate why he stayed there, right?
I would say your only logical guess would be he asked Radaya something, so she would be the only connection to that, probably. You guys know an explosion went off, and you guys know that he had the bomb, so you can put two and two together, but...
So, Radaya, any insight?
He asked me if I could cast spells, but he had this bomb, but then now I'm out here, and then was that the bomb going off? What did he do?
That did sound like a bomb.
But he's definitely in there alone with a shark lady.
That can't be good.
I'm gonna elbow Jasper. You want to go check on him?
Yeah, we still can't swim, so
Jasper doesn't breathe air.
Well, we can swim, but we can't.
This is true. Jasper can just wisp on in there. So while y'all are waiting outside, Jasper will begin to move back in, and as he does, we'll cut back to Xander. The bubbles fade after the explosion, and Delia comes flying towards you, Xander. What do you do?
Magic shield.
You're just straight up defending?
I mean, I was going to do something else, but...
Whatever logically makes sense. She's
coming at me. All I see is evil shark lady with an angry face. So that seems logical.
She's swimming towards you very, very quickly. So you're just bracing yourself for impact, basically?
Time to defend myself.
Alrighty, that sounds about right. Then she will clear across this room about the speed you would expect her to, and she has you cornered, and she just, very similar to her attack against Moira, rakes out with her claws. It's very difficult to tell. It happens so quickly. It's almost like her hand melds from, the fins, the webs, to like shark teeth. It looks wild. But she slashes out at you. And anytime she does something, I'll go ahead and link it. So the drowning and any bleeding or slashing or anything, of course, will be two separate instances of nonsense. Xander, go ahead and roll me face danger. And I would say because you braced yourself prior, I'm not going to apply the drowning. So you can just, block. So she's not supernatural. She's just punching you. Punching you with teeth, I guess. Excellent. Alrighty.
Zinga.
In this instance, you're able to quickly erect a shield. Does it look like anything, or is it just energy?
It looks like a dope-ass medieval shield that's giant, like a body shield?
Excellent. You had enough time to actually erect one of that size, and while she slashes out, her claws dig into it, and she rakes down, splitting the shield completely, but not touching you at all. The shield explodes, and she gives you a look as if to say, impressive.
I would retort, but I'm underwater.
He's still drowning, though, yeah?
Yes, that drowning 3 is going to be there, unless you guys do something about it.
I mean, I can't.
If somebody outside, so I'll say Xander can do something, and then I'll give you the opposite on what Jasper can say.
So am I able to do something now because she attacked and I was defending, or?
Yes.
So I'm not going to attack her. I'm actually going to spellcast breathe underwater spell.
Okay. You can very much do that. All right, let's see. That's definitely changed the game. So you can't use the same tags. This is technically a different action, so you can use spellcasting. That's technically fine. So roll change the game. Ooh, oh, we got Snake Eyes, baby!
Love that.
That's sad.
We got Snake Eyes. Ooch. Alrighty, that is definitely pain. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna say this. You're trying to dig deep to pull out whatever magic you possibly can to defend against this absolute nonsense that's occurring before you, Xander. Go ahead and burn the tag Eye of Azar. For some odd reason, something's causing it to, temporarily at least, malfunction. You don't know if it's the fact that you're surrounded in water, if there's something in it, if it's just Delia's general presence, but something is definitely wrong. And as you try to cast the spell, remember, movement is part of whatever you do. So you can say, after she broke through your shield, you kick off the back wall and swim a distance away. So would you have repositioned at all?
Yeah.
Okay, well, where would you have gone to? You're scooting towards the door?
Just in case.
Okay, fair enough. And as you jump, she finishes, slashing through your shield. You kind of utter a quick incantation, which unfortunately fails, and she whips right around, back to you, Xander, and you can tell...
I'll blame my hand being attached to my shield.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, with this much pressure on you, dude, it's really hard to focus on casting spells. And once again, she charges at you. I'll be super clear. This is a soft move. So she's circling around you and or charging at you, and this time you can indeed see her teeth. So remember, soft moves set up hard moves. By me telling you, Xander, she's coming for you, if you do nothing, she's going to attack you. While this is happening, Jasper is able to whisk on in. Do you see through his eyes one-to-one, Roxanne, or do you talk to him? How does this one work for you?
I wasn't thinking I could do that.
What logically makes sense for you, though? Which one do you want?
I think he just talks to me.
Okay. As Jasper slinks amongst the shadows and moves on in, he can indeed see Xander slowly moving towards the exit that you all just went through. He sees Delia hot on his tail. He doesn't look much worse for wear, so she's still on him. She still wants to take a nice bite out of this lad, but she hasn't just yet. So Jasper relays his information to you, Roxanne.
Well, I mean, I guess if he's moving towards the exit, I'm kind of obligated to help him, aren't I? Go, Jasper, go.
I don't think you're obligated to do anything you don't want to do.
He did refuse me once already.
Xander, you see Jasper, or double names. You see Jasper in the shadows looking towards you. Do you relay anything with your facial expressions to him?
I smile.
What kind of smile is this?
Like a smirk.
Are you trying to tell him anything with a smirk, or?
No, because of what I'm about to do.
Okay.
That's a smirk.
That's perfectly fine. So Jasper lets you know that, Roxanne, that Xander might have lost it. We're not entirely sure.
Well, harumph, he can get out on his own then.
Alrighty. And as Delia's charging at you, Xander, Moira and Radiah, if you guys want to come up with anything, you can. But what do? You got this shark lady behind you.
I'm going to throw a good old sock-in. I'm going to punch her right in that jaw of hers.
Alright, just going straight up for an attack.
Si, senor.
Alrighty. This time, all that bullshit's definitely going to apply. So drowning 3 and all of that. So are you physically punching, or you're turning around and sticking her in the face?
I'm using an energy-based construct around my fist to make it hurt more.
Okay, just double checking if it's a energy fist or a range fist.
How far away is she?
She will be upon you in a moment, so you can basically charge this fist until she's within melee range. Reminder, whatever you attack with, you cannot defend with.
Can I just say, just for spice, Moira's Googling how to survive a shark attack.
What am I rolling? Change the game or go toe to toe?
If you're rolling straight damage, my friend, then yeah, you are going toe to toe.
I guess I'll be punching, but the punch will like come off of my fist and like it'll be like a ranged punch, since you said she's kind of far from me.
Yes and no. She moves quickly through the water. Far is relative for her. She can be 10 feet from you in 1 second.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, on your ass in the next. So.
Well, fucked.
Oh, damn! Another 3-1.
Ouch.
Indeed, ouch. And well, like I mentioned, that's going to be the hard move. You launch your fist at her, Xander, and she just side steps it effectively with effortless grace. The glove just skirts along her body, and she gets closer and closer, fangs bared. Please roll to defend. We face in danger. You can't use energy-based constructs or good in a brawl, but you can use spellcasting.
Can I, because she's coming at me, can I use my parkour to like push myself backwards?
Yeah, that's fine. You're not in too weird of a position. So anytime you guys defend against some BS, it's basically always drowning. Alrighty. Just a taste is Bleeding Gash 3.
That would have been better without the drowning.
That is indeed the idea. A 5 and a 2 plus 3, but lowered to a 7. You take the status, but with -1 tier. We'll call it Bleeding 2. And she flies towards you. Do you once again defend that kind with the same shield or something a little different?
Yeah, I'm just like a smaller shield.
Okay. Smaller shield because you're using some of your momentum to jump up and try to dodge her the same way she dodged your fist. Unfortunately, you're a little too slow. This water is not doing you any favors. And
Am
she
I
doesn't
able to move back a little bit?
Partially, but she mostly moves you back without your permission. Maybe she's just kind of in it and not really aware of what's going on, but she actually full on grabs your arm in her teeth, not a full grip. So she doesn't get like all the way back to the back of like her jaw, but she's got a few teeth in your arm. It broke past your shield, and she kind of starts to wriggle you like a dog that, got their hands on a newspaper, and she kind of bounces you off the wall and then starts to kind of swim around you very mockingly. So Jasper still sees this. Do the three of you do anything to assist?
Roxanne, what's going on down there? What's the report?
I already told you, I'm Googling.
He's doing miserably. All right, Jasper, you know what? Go and help. Do you want me to roll for this?
What is he doing?
He'll pull him out.
Just trying to completely yank him out?
Yeah.
You refused it last time.
He'll try again.
Let's try something different.
Well, Jasper is moving amongst the shadows, Xander, as if his eyes are effectively asking you.
I'm gonna do the breathe underwater thing again.
Jasper gives you eyes as if to say, are we leaving? What are you doing? Because you can resist his the pull if you wish.
Aren't I against the wall and the shark lady's right there?
She's basically swimming to the north and to the south so rapidly you're not really sure when your window is to get out. And
I'm
she
gonna cast a spell to breathe underwater just in case Jasper's thing doesn't work.
Okay.
Because it's not like I'm attacking her. I'm just trying to,
So that's a yes
not
then.
die.
Okay. So go ahead and roll to change the game.
Me?
First, Xander, to hopefully get the water bullshit off him. Oh, man.
Well, love the snake eyes. That's great.
Super unlucky. Shit happens sometimes. I will say the hard move is actually...
I want to roll 6-sided dice in real life because I would never roll that many ones.
I mean, you rolled 5-2 a second ago, so sometimes it just dislikes you for whatever reason. That is 2 snake eyes on the same game. That is not great.
Boundaries rigged. I'm going to talk to their supervisor.
I know. I'd like to talk to your manager, please. I'm not going to burn any tags, but as you're trying to do this, Xander, maybe Jasper gets some sort of miscommunication or the essence, the aura that's coming off of you. Currently, because it's so bright, is actually going to prevent Jasper from pulling you out, and that's going to be the hard move. Jasper can't grab you just yet. He's going to have to wait until the next round, effectively. And Jasper lets you know this, Roxanne, that something's happening in Xander's just, luck is not on his side today. So with Delia moving around you in this way, she kind of just has you cornered, and you can hear her speak. It echoes through the water, almost as if it's reverberating in your head. She says, "What is your move, little fish? Why'd you stay behind, just you?" And she actually motions towards you, and while your body is being slowed by this water, you can speak for a moment. She like clears your mouth for just a second, if you wish to speak.
Well, I didn't want, you looked a little too close to my friends over there. I didn't want them being fish food. And I had a nice little bite surprise for you. Your little singed face. I clearly pissed you off with that one, right?
Just a little, and I may have already eaten, but I don't mind seconds. As she dives towards you again, what do you do?
I mean, I guess I gotta defend.
So you can, as she's diving at you, you can attack. So the defend is whenever I set up a soft move, the next thing is going to be a hard move, depending on what you do. So you don't necessarily have to. I will say if you're like, stationing yourself, I won't have the drowning go against you when you defend, but you can also do something else. So it's totally up to you. You can try the, undrowning again if you wished, quickly before she like latches onto you. But she was basically playing with you, just kind of moving and moving, waiting for you to try to swim away.
Can I do super meta to use some tags?
How so?
Like in the way I'm describing it, why I'm going to use certain tags, because things ain't looking good for me with my shitty rolls.
If you can justify something, then yeah, you just let me know what you're trying to do.
I'm gonna go super Sherlock Holmes in this moment. So you remember the movies with Robert Downey Jr.?
Yes.
Where he has like that slow down moment.
Discombobulate. That one?
Yeah, that whole scene. I want to do that in this moment.
Okay, so are you going to strike out at her when she moves in?
Yes.
This is very risky.
I'm trying to counter strike her right this very second.
All right, very risky, but you definitely can.
All right, so I'm going to narrate this as I click on my tags.
Before you do that, let me remind you that she has crazy defense while she's underwater, just so you know.
I'm going to give him some negatives. Don't trust it.
Alrighty, so you're preparing to Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
Counter Rock'em Sock'em Robot, but yeah.
So I would select the tags first. Don't narrate the whole thing in case you whiff, because that's no fun. But just tell me why you want to use each one. Like, what's your intention?
Okay, so pretty much I'm against the wall. She's coming at me. I'm going to use attention to detail to see how she's swimming at me. Her body language is coming at me a certain way. So I see a weak spot in her approach and her posture. So I'm using attention to detail as a detective. I'm using parkour to push myself off the wall to give me momentum. And then I'm going to use ace marksman as a good precision blow with my fists that's good in a brawl. And then as I do that, I'm using energy-based construct to construct brass knuckles around my fist to lay in an uppercut to give her a good counter punch.
Sure, that works for me.
Doposaurus.
That all makes sense. I did say you are indeed against a wall. So go toe-to-toe and make sure you also select it drowning. Drowning in my skin. This drown is how I drown. Alrighty, a 9.
Oh, that wasn't a 3. That would have been so good.
A 9, still very good. We got a 5 and a 2 again. Alrighty, you can choose one of those things. You achieve your goal, which could be knocking her away. You hit her, or you block, dodge, or counter their best attempt. If you don't choose this option, they can impose a status on you. Basically, she's going to attack you.
So if I choose the first one, what happens?
So is your goal to knock her away from you so you can get the hell out?
Yes.
So
yes.
Okay. So basically, once again, to fully explain the role, you're good. If you choose the first one, then you will knock her away from you, and you will be closer to the exit, but you will not be able to dodge or counter whatever she does. She's going to lash out at you. If you just pick the bottom one, you're going to completely negate her attack, and then you can do something else.
And if I do the middle one,
she'll take no damage because she has a shield, basically.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll do the bottom one.
Okay. So that very thing happens. All those wonderful things are combined, Xander, and you see through her strike. You are laser focused on what she's doing. You're not able to move away because you have to focus so much. But as she reaches out for you, you slowly push her arm down. But she was actually going for a bite. The slash was a feint. And as her teeth are bared and flying towards your shoulder, you slide to the right just a bit as she takes a huge chunk out of the wall behind you and kind of does a back flip, bounces off the ceiling, and lands basically in her original position, spitting out bricks and looking at you. No blood, no flesh. And once again, you are quite good at dodging, but how long can you keep that up for? And now Jasper can assist.
All right, well, there's the obvious tag, my older brother.
Okay. Real quick, your intent is just to grab Xander and yoink out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't got many options because I lost all my movements.
Oh, shit, yeah, good point.
Can I use not alone for this or no?
Wait, how'd you lose your movement?
I stopped holding back to get everyone out. You know, that thing you refused?
Oh, you had to burn your tags for that?
Yeah, all 3.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But yes, you can use that one if you want.
And I want my brother to play tricks on me after this.
You want that weakness
Yes.
tag?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to possibly suggest it, but it feels kind of mean.
Nah, it's perfect. I'm making him work overtime tonight. It's perfect. Change the game or something else.
So this is definitely an interesting one. You're not sneaking. This almost feels go toe-to-toe, because the first option, when you succeed go toe-to-toe, is you manage to achieve your goal. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Yeah. And I like that. So go ahead and roll go toe-to-toe. And you don't no drowning, you're outside. So no!
I think Foundry's rigged.
Let's all just restart Foundry.
I guess fortunately, make sure you mark attention, by the way, to the boy who is, because you use the negative. So you get experience. Alrighty. Oh, I was going to say one thing, but all right. Well, I guess we're going to, should we lean into plays, tricks and prank? Man, is now the time for a prank? Would Jasper play a prank right now?
Yes.
What's the prank? Tell me.
I have no idea. I don't have older brothers who did pranks on me.
All right, fair enough. Jasper whisks on in, and as he goes to grab Xander, he gets a firm grab of your shoulders, Xander, and he melds into the shadow, appears moments after in front of you, Roxanne, and holds up Xander's coat.
Love it.
Roxanne's gonna burst out laughing.
You're not sure if this was intentional, because he's like, I got him. And then you can see, you know your brother, he looks at the coat as if to say, oh shit, I meant to put him in there. And then kind of looks back and goes like, uh-huh.
I'll take that.
He kind of gives you the coat, bows and says, apologies, I'll be right back. And he zips back into the aquarium.
That was great. I like that.
All right.
Is the door not open? Can they not see what's happening?
It's about a 15-foot walk, and it's really dark in here, so they cannot see inside. They can see barely, because they have to see through water. And
Hey, I have night vision. I can see better than everyone else.
Yes, I think Moira kind of can too, but you have to see through literally like 30 feet of water.
Well, I'm also not going anywhere near the water, so sorry.
Yeah, it's whipping and whirling and, doing watery type things. So it's very difficult.
To Roxanne, I say, tell Jasper to punch her in the gills.
Ooh, done. I whisper that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already punched it like 500 times, so
But in the gills?
I don't think that really matters in this kind of situation.
It does. I am an investigative journalist. I know exactly what I'm talking about.
She's pointing to an article on her phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of maybe taking a chunk out of you, Xander, she sees you're a little too shifty. Now it looks as if she's just going to pin you down and maybe just finish the job. Her hands are out, and you see teeth.
Rude.
Yeah, you kind of see almost like little eyes opening down her fingers and her palms, and just shark teeth are just protruding from her skin. And she looks as if she's just going to grab you with this and just go to town.
So she's part piranha too? Ugh.
And as you see her preparing this, Xander, what do you do?
Here's the move.
All right, what's the move?
Of the day. Okay, so I'm using shield, but not as a shield. It's called bubble shield. So I'm using the bubble shield to propulse me to the door, and then I'm using spellcast as a accelerator, some fire boots, and gonna try shooting me closer to out of here.
All right, so your goal is to get the hell out?
Si, senor.
All right.
With my Eye of Azar being burnt, this is making it challenging.
All right, we've been rolling let it go to toe. I'm going to say go ahead and roll to take the risk. I like the description. When you perform a daring, risky, or outright stupid feat, you know she is trying to grab onto you.
Oh, wait, and escape artist, because I'm escaping.
Yeah, you're getting the hell out of here. Run, little worm. Alrighty. A 6! Another MC hard move. As you jet forward, she lunges at you, Xander. And unfortunately, she does indeed go to dig both of her hand claws into your shoulders. Please roll me to face danger.
I'm going to use my astral projection because I see her. I'm gonna try shooting a visible astral projection of like my hands to like try to like blind her.
Okay, like juke her out.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Face danger.
Yep, face danger. She got hands on you, boy.
Love that. That's great.
This drowning has really hurt.
Yeah, bleeding a lot. All right, so with how damage works in this game, your bleeding 2 just turns to a bleeding 3. So it doesn't get bigger than drowning. And for downsides, you only use the one worst one. So you don't suffer from both bleeding and drowning, which is good because that would be -6, and that's a little absurd. It is getting not great, though, unfortunately, as she does indeed dig both of her claw-toothy hands into your shoulders, Xander, and she slams you against the glass. You can hear it crack a bit, and her smile just grows wider and wider. Jasper's back in the business if you want to try to yoink him out. If Radia or Moira want to do something to help, they're more than welcome to do so before Jasper tries.
Can I get some of my friends along to help my brother?
Friends as in more shadows or something from...
Yeah, I like the army.
Yeah, I mean, you can roll whatever you want. It's just in terms of assistance, Moira and Radia could possibly do something if they can think of it, or if you can ask them for assistance.
I am thinking.
Now, if you want advice, you can always ask me. I'm not trying to kill you guys. Well, it feels that way. I'm not, I promise. I'm trying to give you guys opposition, something spooky to fight, and I want to see you guys succeed. Unfortunately, sometimes the dice disagree, but you can always say, how can I help? You can always ask that. It's okay. I don't expect you guys to have full system mastery.
So how close is he to our entrance?
So
Or
unfortunately...
the water wall?
Yeah, the water wall, I would assume you guys are relatively close to it, so that proximity-wise, you guys aren't too far. But that hallway is about 15 feet of just pure water. And then Delia and Xander are about 15 feet further in, but they're kind of around the corner. So only Roxanne can see what they're doing. Only she can see that Delia has Xander pinned to the wall, basically, which is not great. But Roxanne can, of course, update you guys live as to what's happening. So
He's getting his ass kicked. Damn, this is an unlucky night.
I blame drowning 3.
I blame not coming along with the party.
I mean,
I'm not holding a grudge.
Sure.
does Roxanne hold a grudge, or does
Definitely.
waifu?
I was thinking if I could cast something in there to disrupt the water, somebody could fly in there and get him out.
yes, so if you wanted to, you could roll to change the game. Maybe like a flash bomb, or I don't really know how...
I thought a flash bomb would kill my shadows.
Yeah,
You could
Kill
try
your
turning the
shadows?
water- You could try turning the status of the water like more gel-like, so it's hard for her to move around.
Could you do like a wind blast?
That's what I was wondering. If I have fire press and fire resistance, but I could still cast spells, so I probably have access to other elements.
Yeah, and like dragon wings are like super air, right?
Mhm.
Just to flap. Wind.
what would be your intention with the wind?
All right, I got excited. Like
making a wind tunnel to go down there to disperse some of the water away, like a tunnel tornado going in,
Yeah.
so that we have access to try to get him out.
I like that. Would your dragon be helping with this, or would it be pure magic?
I would think I may want to get his help.
Okay, so I would go ahead and say Radia. Obviously, you're not actually drowning, so we don't need to worry about that. Let me go ahead and remove it since you're not actually going back in the water. Go ahead and roll me change the game, because what we're trying to do is create a story tag. We'll call it Wind Tunnel if it succeeds, and go ahead and choose the tags that you would like.
I reach into my pocket and get out my little stir stick to cast.
Excellent. You got cast a spell. You can also, if the dragon's helping, if its wings are helping, you can also use Fierce Dragon. That tag also makes sense.
Well, I don't have the other negative, so let's...
So if you want to use your weakness here, Radia, you can. You get experience. I was going to, but you guys have had some pretty not great luck.
I know, but I'm not drowning, so I don't have the...
Correct. So you're more than welcome to use your weakness tag for witchery. I will leave that up to you. I'm leaning away from it because you guys have had pretty bad luck, but you haven't rolled yet, so maybe you're going to get a, 6s. We'll see. What does Roxanne and Moira think?
actually for wind, I think yes. If we're being realistic logistically.
All right, go for it. And then make sure you add +1 to attention on witchery after you roll.
Drum roll.
Oh God.
I believe.
Execute move.
A 12!
12! evolve. Give yourself some XP.
Nice.
Yay!
That's the best possible. That's almost the best possible option you could have had. That's good.
That literally is. A 10 plus is the best you can do. Awesome. All right, you get 2 juice. So I will go ahead and tell you, because your intent is to make a wind wall, what you're doing is you're creating a story tag. So go ahead and click that one. You can prolong the effect, which basically means we'll have this wind tunnel for as long as we need it, as opposed to just one roll, which is probably the safer bet. Or I'll say you can reduce the drowning by 1, but you're not trying to help Xander, you're trying to help Roxanne get Xander out.
Prolong it.
Yeah, that makes the most sense. What we do is we add a story tag, and I'll call it Wind Tunnel! So, Radia, what does this wind tunnel infused with special dragon look like?
It is because, well, I tapped into Maleficent, so my eyes are glowing slightly, her eerie green fiery look. And so the wind tunnel itself has that same little flicks of that green aura through it as it tunnels its way. But it's a safe light. It's not a bright green, it's a dark green.
Excellent. I like that a lot.
Excellent is right.
Radia maybe looks a little spooky.
Perfect. She fits right in.
She was so cute a second ago. Alrighty. Roxanne, now is your moment. You have this tag wind tunnel. So you have army of shadow soldiers, my older brother, not alone, and you should have
night vision, I guess, because we can see now better because of the wind tunnel, or no?
You can if you want. That's fine.
All right, what am I doing?
You're selecting wind tunnel as well, and I think that's good. And we're rolling. Go toe to toe because you're literally going against her.
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
All right. That's it. We have to end this. Foundry's cursed.
You got it. You got a 7.
I've never seen so many snake eyes before.
Neither have I, but you got a 7. That's all that matters.
God.
You got it. Alrighty.
The literal bare minimum, and only because you added all of those things.
The wind tunnel saved you.
Yeah.
If there was no wind tunnel, you would have failed again. All praise the wind tunnel. Alrighty. Jasper. I guess Roxanne. Xander is grabbed, but you're able to whisk him out. Go ahead and tell me what that looks like.
The shadows just kind of like sneak on in, latch onto him, and yank.
Alrighty. Delia's claws dig deeply into your shoulders, Xander, and it hurts. It hurts a little more now that you're missing your jacket, unfortunately, and that's a little somewhat annoying, but you're probably, more annoyed that she's ruining the shirt than, other things. But all the same, you are pulled down into the shadows as arms come from the walls and the floor. Some come from the ceiling to distract. The water is pushed to the left and to the right as Jasper's able to quickly zip through. And as not to mess with any resistance whatsoever, all these hands grab onto Xander and quickly whisk him through this wind tunnel. Delia, as you're being pulled away from her, Xander, she tries to grab on tight. While her teeth do indeed cut into you, it won't actually increase the status any higher, so it's still just 3, and you are quickly whisked and pulled away with Jasper and all of his little friends. And you're deposited outside next to your mostly dry jacket as one of Roxanne's shadows is kind of whipping it out into the open air.
I'll hold it out to him. You lost something.
I'll grab my coat and be like, thank you.
Oh, can we go now?
After you.
I'm gonna scurry away.
All right, you all begin to walk away, and you hear...
Am I bleeding?
Yeah, very much so, yes. You are, as the status says, you're bleeding a lot. 3. So, yes, you are very much in pain.
Yeah, I've been rushing over there with my little alchemy toolkit box.
Can I drive?
Before
Put him in the back seat. Leave him in here, back here with me. Somebody else take the wheel.
Before you guys are able to get to the car, Delia actually moves to the edge of the water and kind of pops her head out, most of her body, and she is a good 10 feet from you guys as you're preparing to leave this aquarium. And she's just kind of watching you. The blood is seeping into your tan shirt, Xander, almost turning it entirely red from the shoulders down to about your like midsection. And she's just looking at you all and says, "What, that's it? Are the fish done playing?"
I'm going to flip her off while I get dragged away.
I blow her a kiss.
She kind of like, ooh, and then winks at you.
And then I go.
All right, as you guys all kind of scoot off, she definitely gives you a very confused, like, all right, look, as you all just leave. And
Look, we gotta regroup. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, we gotta lure her into somewhere we can actually take advantage of.
That's fair.
Well, I was out of game. The original plan of what I was trying to do, not with the bomb. The bomb was, I was going to do that anyways. But I didn't think you were going to drag everybody out. But while Moira had her distracted, I thought she was going to start tussling with her. Once I saw because now that we're out, I can say it. Once I saw that we all had Drowning 3, I was going to use my big construction needs to be written down with all my spellcasting modes, and I was gonna kind of like do Moses parting the Red Seas so that everybody could breathe.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, well, I would have. I'm sure that would have worked well.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
but
would've worked.
I didn't expect you guys to get yeeted out so fast. So
Well, I saw Drowning 3, and we were in her home turf, aka she probably had some sort of buffs on her, and I'm like, nope.
Fair enough.
That's fine. We'll regroup. We'll come back. We know. Well, I don't know.
no, I'm used to rolling with the punches when you go up against bosses. So
I guess we could still work with that next time.
Let's use it as a backup plan if we ever get cornered like that again.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we have to get
now
her
that
in
we
an.
know she can create that, we can always just bring like oxygen tanks and stuff.
Or maybe we could just get her out in the open and not in a room. She can't fill up the whole world, right?
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's what I was
God, knock
thinking.
on wood.
Well, yeah, but knowing her, she's probably going to want to stay in some closed off place. So if we go and buy breathers, I think that would be helpful.
Alrighty. And you guys are all piling into the car, and Radai, you said you're jumping to Xander to assist?
Yeah.
Alright, who's driving? If
Me.
Do you trust Roxanne to drive Xander?
I have my license. See, I whip it out.
Is this another
Sure.
fake license?
I'm bleeding.
Actually, Roxanne, be honest. How many times did you fail your exam?
Only once.
Pathetic.
I don't like looking at signs.
I actually don't say that. You're a kid. I would never be that mean. I take that back. I retcon that out. I would never be that mean to a child.
I'm not a child.
Kind of are. How old are you?
19.
19.
A baby. A literal baby.
You were just born the other day.
My little brother is a child.
Goo goo gaga.
He's 13.
Where? Alrighty, Radaya, to whip out all of your healing.
Oh my god, I'm almost older than my older brother.
Yeah?
Why did you make me think that? Now I'm horrified.
You did that on purpose.
Shut up, you. I didn't think of it in that terms before.
Oh, I mean, you planned it that way on purpose, though.
Yeah, but I didn't plan on her getting older than him.
Oh, I mean, you could just die.
No thanks.
Just turn into a ghost.
No thanks.
I mean, he still is himself. He's still cognizant, so he is still aging.
Mentally, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty, Radaya, you can roll to change the game using all your alchemy potions and such to help alleviate all the bleeding.
There's a change game?
Change the game, yeah. Change the game is basically the weird move in this game that just kind of does everything.
Okay. Something for that, healing properties. That's all I need.
Sounds good to me. You let's say before you roll, you can throw weakness stagnant if you want, but you don't have to.
Mm.
We are rushing out, so you could hit it with supply chain or cross contamination. I think both of those would make a little bit of sense. You were quickly whisked out of the water, and you might not have everything on you this very second.
Cross fingers, this works.
It's a +3, and with a negative, it's still a +2, which is really good in this game. Hey! All right, mark experience for cross-contamination. An 11! You have 2 juice. You can spend your juice to gain the following effects. 1-to-1. Give or reduce a status. 1-for-1. That's what we want to do. So, bleeding a lot just turns into bleeding a bit. -2. Turns into basically bleeding 1. So you're still bleeding a little, but you're as bleeding as Radaya is a slight headache from being punched into a trash can.
Oh, I appreciate the care, Radaya.
You're welcome. Now hold still. Gotta get some band-aids on here too.
He was definitely he's definitely a mess. The teeth did a number on his arm and his shoulders, but fortunately, Radaya, you're able to stitch him up. Takes a little bit of time, but we can definitely do it.
This reminds me of the one time I fought 2 daemons and one of them chupacabras.
Nasty number that
My
one.
the same
cousin.
Yeah, well, I had a assistant with me when I fought them, but they're kind of savage beasts.
Your assistant's dead.
I didn't say that.
I am not filled with confidence being your partner.
That was when I was in London. He's still alive. He just got, scraped up a little bit.
Why do you automatically assume he was dead?
He had a tone.
Ointments applied, potions drank, band-aids applied, tightened up. I think you're good for now.
Excellent. And with this, it is relatively late in the day, so you guys can go wherever you want. We can, of course, take a moment to reconstitute ourselves. Totally up to you guys.
I feel like we should have a group meeting
I also need a long rest.
officially.
I agree with Roxanne. Long rest. I need to fix my Eye of Azar.
Are we meeting back at the office?
That sounds great.
Alrighty. With some driving, you guys arrive at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. No one's here.
I'm gonna look at Jasper and be like, "Hey, thanks for pulling me out, mate."
He kind of gives you a quick salute and says, "Yeah, no problem. Sorry about the whole jacket thing."
That's fine. At least you didn't rip it. It's my favorite jacket.
Or you, which is the more important part.
I chortle.
Alrighty, and as you guys all arrive back at our little base here, what would we choose to discuss? For reference, you guys will have the ability to get a downtime, so you don't need to worry about that.
So, being in there with her, for weaknesses wise, if we can somehow stop her from being in her natural environment, or get her out of water long enough, it'll be easier for us to beat her, because other than the water part, she's not that strong. Also, she's a little too cocky for her own good, so we can also use that to our advantage.
So we got to get her on our turf, basically.
Yeah. I do feel like it might be hard to lure her there, though.
Well, we can also, think of good tag team plans, like I could always chain her to the floor so she can't really, swim after us until she breaks them. Radaya can come up with some type of potion. You can play mind games with the shadow people. Moira can spook her with a giant moth guy.
So I know that we might have a problem luring her out, but we do know that she had to have been the one that killed Sam Saddle. So maybe it would be worth it to keep an eye on the other two shops that we know are going to have people coming back, if that makes sense.
I agree. We could also see who her next target is, so try to figure that out.
At this point, I think it's probably us.
Do you think they got
the
your
business
pizza guy
part.
again?
So they said, where are my notes? Why do I forget this every
it could
time?
be the liquor store owner, because
yeah, it's
he
a
did
liquor
rough 'em up
store.
last time. Essentially, we have 3 people that could possibly be attacked. We have
So there's
Pizza
Laser
Guy
Hot Pizza, the liquor store,
and the lady.
the salon,
Laundromat?
Yeah, the laundromat.
the laundromat. However, we don't really know what happened to Sandy, which is a little suspicious.
I mean, she
Hopefully-
probably died just like
Whoa, let's not say that. Maybe she's still alive.
Sandy is actually the shark lady who got turned.
I guess we should find out what Sandy looks like.
That would be awful.
Nah, I don't think it's her. But, what's the first plan of attack?
Do you think we have any reason to go visit Julio? He was in the hospital.
Yeah,
Who's Julio?
Los Ramos.
Yeah, do you remember the that really shy, nervous girl that Moira talked to that first session?
Flower shop owner?
Was it a
Yeah.
flower shop?
The
was a
chick
flower
right
shop.
in her apartment above the closed down shop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Julio was put in the hospital. But we
From the
also,
shark lady?
I don't know if it's from the Shark Lady, but it's definitely related. I do actually wonder why Julio was beat up but not killed versus Sam Saddle.
It
I
could
mean,
provide extra info.
I would say we should because I'm kind of worried about one of the shop owners possibly getting attacked. So what if 2 of us go talk to the guy in the hospital and 2 of us kind of go to the strip just in case we hear anything. So none
No,
of them get attacked.
I think that's a good idea. Since I already dealt with Los Ramos and the girl, maybe it would be better if I
And
went.
we know
to go
I'm
see
bad
Julio.
at dealing with people.
Oh God.
So Roxanne, do you want to come with me?
Yeah, I will.
Two hotheads? I don't know.
We'll be
Goodness.
fine.
Radia, you're with me then.
All right.
I pinky promise we'll be fine.
You're a
Are-
baby.
Are we doing this tomorrow?
Yeah, I need to sleep.
Alrighty. So now we have a chance for downtime. And in downtime, you can do a multitude of things. You can either give attention to something, you can technically work the case, which will get you generic clues. But I know most of you want to use the prepare for your next activity, which is basically telling everyone what you're doing, or just recovering all your burnt power tags, which sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I was about to say, can I do that?
You can. So Roxanne, I assume you're doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, so Roxanne and Xander, go ahead and unburn those. If you're,
I'll be sitting right here, and I will be tinkering with my Eye of Azar while she's doing her meditating to get her stuff back.
Roxanne's doing squats to get all her shadows in line. Squats with the shadows, of course.
Of
Power
course.
squats.
Exactly. So Moira and Radia, you two can do essentially whatever you want from that list. Radia, if you want to heal that rock, you can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to take a nap on this couch.
Excellent. So that's
Indeed.
now gone.
Befuddle my head.
Perfect. And Moira, what would you like to do?
Do I have many options?
The first one is gain 3 clues in the way that you want. The second one is gain 1 attention, which basically would level your black belt or your Mothman prophecies.
Ooh, where's the first one to level up?
I think I'd like to do that with the Mothman prophecies.
So I've not seen what this physically looks like, so go ahead and hit that plus attention on Mothman prophecies. Hey, there we go. All right, so you have attention plus 1. You see you have a little lightning bolt there for theme tags. Don't click anything just yet, but basically it lets you know where it says attention plus 1 that you can, if you wish, add another power tag or something. It's just letting you know that you have something. Now Yeah, we'll discuss later what that means, because there's not just one thing. There's multiple things you can do when you level in this game. It's not just more power tags. We'll just keep in mind that you'll have...
Is that what those improvements are, or...?
Yes, because there are various improvements. If I click that, yeah, there's open book, ahead of the game, seasoned investigator, prophetic, or a fighting chance. All of those are like a weird passive that do something. I don't think it's going to say...
Like how Delia was like circling or something?
That's more of just how NPCs work. This would
Gotcha.
be... Here, let me get the exact example. Divination theme improvements. During the game, whenever you gain an improvement for the theme, you can choose one of the following. Open book. When you investigate with power tags from this theme, it's dynamite. Ooh, very cool. Ahead of the game, once per scene, you get a free clue. Seasoned investigator. Whenever you investigate with power tags from this theme and score a 7 to a 9, choose one of the MC's option in the investigation move. The MC can't choose an option this time. So basically, one of the downsides, you can tell me I can't choose that. Prophetic. Whenever you use a clue, ask the MC what's going to happen next. The MC can't give you just a hint and must instead give a straight answer. If you use the MC's answer to your advantage, on your next move, gain an appropriate temporary tier 1 status. And the last one is a fighting chance. You're more than just a bucket of knowledge or a hub of heightened awareness. When push comes to shove, you can fend for yourself. Choose a power tag question from the Expression or Bastion theme book and answer it. What the hell? Write down the answer as a new power tag. What? That's super weird. Okay.
That is weird.
So definitely think about those. They're on page 93 of the player's guide.
Okay.
And yeah, probably more fun than taking just an extra power tag. More power is fun, but I love passives personally. That's my shit. Those are all very cool. It just depends on what you think Moira would want more.
Okay.
And after we have a rest and we're more attuned with ourselves, the day rolls around. Are we hopping up early and ready?
Oh god, my light sensitivity.
That applies to two of you, unfortunately. All right.
Yeah, I wake up anyway.
So Moira and Radia, where did you two want to go first?
You sounded like you wanted to check up on that guy.
You're right, I did. Let's go see him then.
Alrighty, the
How we
individual
getting there?
that got beat up.
Yeah, Julio.
And how are they getting there?
One of you has a car, right?
I'm a perfectly functioning adult.
I mean, there is public transportation as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
I use a bus.
Sounds good.
Look, public transportation is valid.
More than valid, yes.
And it is better for
And you made fun of me for failing once, jerk.
What?
She didn't fail.
I didn't fail. I'm choosing to take the bus.
You sound salty, jerk.
What? I think you're reading into this. I use gut feeling.
Is Roxanne projecting?
Is Roxanne projecting? The answer is yes. She's upset that I called her a baby. And this
Hey,
only
one of my
proves
tags is obsession, okay?
You do it for the rest of the campaign. You're like, that bitch.
No, you're my
Called
idol.
me a baby. No, it's fine. Anyway, I support public transportation. I think it's a great thing for cities.
Honestly, for Moira, an investigator, you probably hear a lot of stuff on public transportations.
Oh, absolutely. People talk, especially when they think you're not listening.
Exactly. Alrighty, so we'll take Moira and Radiah, and the two of you are headed basically to the hospital to speak with the semi-recently hospitalized Julio, correct?
Yes. I also pay for Radiah's bus ticket. Bus fee.
Thank you.
Fair. Fair is the word.
Yeah, so what is your guys' what's your in?
I use my press pass.
Alrighty.
Can I use risk of being fired? Ooh.
You very much can. We'll say you guys arrive and you're basically saying you're with the press.
Yeah, investigating the shutdown of stores in one particular location of the city.
The hospital staff seem busy, as they always are, and the individual up front doesn't really have time for any BS or anything. So go ahead and roll me convince. And yes, you can throw on the risk of being fired.
I've never used it before, so I feel like it's going to be bad.
I think it's going to be great. What are you talking about? Oh, oh wait, you have other things. You have so many other tags.
Oh, I do. You're right.
You have so many other tags. Why just click the one? Okay, hold on.
I don't know.
You did that so fast.
I did that too fast. I was too eager. I do actually have a whole bunch of other.
Okay, yeah, you have a ton of tags. Okay, my God. All right. So you have press pass.
I guess I can use investigative journalist and asking questions.
Okay, so that's two more. And you have a third one.
Gut feeling.
Okay, so that is enough to bring it to a 7. There you go.
All right.
I'm
sorry.
I was about to. Don't be sorry to me.
I rolled it and instantly I was like,
That was the fastest roll in the game so far. My God.
I know. Usually I add a
You
whole
forgot
bunch of them.
buttons.
I really use every single one of these things, and the one time I forget is when I fail.
You were excited.
But anyway, I was like, let's do it.
All right, so don't worry about the status tag, because 3 is more than enough to convince them. So you basically just tell them you're with the press to talk about, et cetera, all the things that you mentioned.
Yeah, and that maybe I say something about having spoken with Julio's family.
Oh, sure, and you're just following up?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, like I said, she's not really in the mood for BS right now, and your reasoning seems relatively solid. So after seeing the press pass and everything, she kind of sighs to herself and, he's room 312.
Great, thanks so much.
She nods to you, and you guys head on over to room 312. There's not really much security or anything here. His door is cracked, and you can hear a TV running in the room.
So he's awake.
Currently, yes.
All right. Is he, how's he look?
As you guys walk in, not great. Definitely not great. His head is wrapped, his left arm is broken, and the rest of him is undercover, so it's difficult to tell. He's kind of flipping through channels, occasionally pausing with his right hand and just sighing and then putting it down and watching whatever's on.
I close the door behind me.
He startles at that and looks very defensive as he kind of holds the controller up as if he's about to throw it at you.
I hold my hands up and I'm like, oh, no. Not here to hurt you, not here to hurt anybody, not your family, nobody. I spoke with your sister earlier yesterday.
Lowers the remote slightly. The two of you don't look too threatening,
everything that's been
so
going on, and I wanted to speak with you about it. I say, is it okay if I come closer?
he nods to the seat.
Sit down.
What did you want to know?
I want to know what you know about everything that's been going on in Miller Square.
He shrugs and winces at that. He's kind of like, ugh. Well, I know there are people that don't like being told no. That's for sure. I know that they'll go this far. You defy them. They're shaking us down for protection, or whatever they want to call it. Honestly, I didn't research it. It's currently happening. I've talked to a few of the other store owners, but... And he just kind of just trails off. Just kind of thinking
Who
to
else did-
himself.
Which other store owners did you speak to?
My neighbors. They had the same problem. Same deal. Not going to stand up for themselves. Understandably, these people, they're...
Dangerous.
He nods. Says they have the devil in them. Something. He looks down at his fist, and he's fairly muscular, and says, they shrugged off my blows like it was nothing. I don't understand. I don't think I've lost my touch. I'm not a violent person, but I hit him square in the jaw, and he barely moved. He just smiled at it. That's not human. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, there's definitely something off about them.
When they were around you or asking you for this protection money, how did you feel about it? Did you have any headaches or anything like that?
He almost instinctually goes to say no, but then he pauses, and then he nods and says, sometime after, yeah, there was I talked with thugs, and they'd say, there's a reason they're thugs. They speak with their fists first, words later, impatient, impractical, but I must have spoken with their leader or someone, but I don't remember their name. But there was a man who was very nice that came to speak with me. Made me feel at ease.
You remember what he looked like?
No, I don't. But I tried to tell him no, and he wouldn't listen. And he kept pushing, and I still said no, but it hurt. And that's when he sent his goons on me. It threw me off entirely. I was barely able to defend myself, at least initially. I've never met anyone like that. He completely disarms you. Maybe the others spoke with him? Why have we not talked about this man? He seems like he'd stand out.
Have the police spoken to you at all?
Barely. They asked a few questions. I don't trust them.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think they're all crooked, but some of them are definitely in the pockets of the
I
thugs.
think the ones that are involved with this are definitely crooked.
He nods. 100%. I agree. We've called in some violent acts before, and, they swing by, ask their bullshit questions, and then leave. But, I don't know. This one seems too much of a cover-up. It's almost like they weren't expecting me to be, well, he kind of smirks.
Alive?
Not alive. This resilient. They weren't trying to kill me. They just wanted to send a message. He looks down at his arm. He points at his head and says, I might have gotten a little stupid, and, well, they threw one of my vases back at me. These was mostly blood and small cuts, but it's not too bad. And he looks over to you, Radiah. Says, did you have a question?
No, just how badly, they threw your vase at you and cut you up?
To be fair, I threw the vase at them.
Jagged?
I threw the vase at them first. They threw it back, and it shattered on my too hard head. Yeah. They broke my left arm, though.
Oh dear.
Yeah, in a single attack, too. I mean, I guess they hit me at the right angle, but damn, I've never, ever been hit that hard my entire life. I've never seen anyone hit that hard.
Do you think the message they were trying to send was toward everybody else who hasn't given in?
Definitely, I would say yes. Most of us are still holding out. I know, well, unfortunately, some of us were. I don't want to call anyone weak. It's not my place. Especially, well, emotions himself. Emotionally, physically strong, I don't think it matters with them. I know Kim has been holding them off, but I don't know how. That guy's almost as hard as head as I am.
He's a little crazy.
Maybe he got lucky. I don't know.
Affectionately, for the record. I guess you gotta be kind of crazy, though.
Everyone else fell to it. I don't even know the state of my shop, if I'm being entirely honest. Not at this point, at least. I might have to take their offer.
I don't know how to tell you this, but your shop is destroyed.
I'm not surprised.
I said I think Clara's all right. She's hiding out upstairs.
Good.
But the shop is just absolutely destroyed. It's not. I don't know if they were planning on having you come back and ask for their money or what.
Honestly, they're too passionate about whatever it is they're doing. It's if it's as bad as you say it is, they probably overdid it. But
yeah, it definitely looks like, I don't know. It looked personal.
I understand. I mean, if that's what they wanted, then that's what they got. I have two options. Close down shop, try to sell it. No one's going to buy it. No one wants to open shop in Miller Square anymore, or I take their money and keep operating under their thumb.
You're not having headaches right now, are you?
Vaguely. Apparently I had a concussion, but it comes and goes. I feel mostly fine.
So it's not the same as the headaches that you were having before.
No. Honestly, I didn't even think about it until you asked. Weird.
That's pretty weird.
He seems definitely lost in thought, as if he's thinking of like, why didn't I bring this up before?
I don't think you're supposed to think about it.
That's a troubling thought.
So, do you know anything about Sandy from the salon?
Oh, Sandra. Yeah. She's a good lady. But I don't know what happened recently. She just packed up and left. That doesn't make any sense.
Did you see her pack up and leave?
No, it just happened. I was talking
Did
to
somebody tell you that she left?
No, she didn't say anything. She just left, escaped, I guess. I mean, some people want to say that, she met someone or she took a
somebody
bribe
said
and
she eloped.
closed down shop. I don't think she eloped. She wasn't that kind of person. That makes no sense.
Yeah, it's kind of the vibe we got. But
I will say she was definitely visited by these same thugs. But other than that, she definitely took the bribe. No questions asked. Good woman. But
and so you think, I need you to answer me honestly. Do you think she's in danger?
that I can't say, unfortunately. I mean, she could be anywhere. If she left on her own, I can't imagine where she would have gone off to. If she was already hard up for money, I mean, where would she go?
Do we know if she has a house away from the salon? It might be worth investigating.
I asked some of my friends to check where she lives, and she's apparently not home. That's why everyone thinks she eloped. She just left it. She stayed in an apartment, but we tried visiting her. Nothing.
That's really troubling.
I agree. It's not talked about much, mainly because we don't really want to think about it.
And how long ago did this happen?
Oh, week, 2 weeks.
And when were you put in the hospital?
Oh, that's a good question. I got knocked on my ass, and
I guess time's a little wonky.
A wee bit. Like I said, apparently they did a number on me, but I'm still here.
Is there anything that I can ask that can give me a lead to do something else?
I'd let you know that you basically know everything that he has to say at this point.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna pack up, ask if he wants me to tell Clara anything.
Tell her I'm doing fine. I mean, she can't leave. She can call, but they're busy here.
Yeah, I gave her my phone number, in case she needs help.
Oh, good. Be sure to reach out to her when you get the chance. I obviously can't do much from here. Just me and her.
Well, I'll do my best while you're healing up.
He nods.
Thanks for talking to us.
No problem. I've got a lot to think about. I appreciate it, though.
If you think of anything you think we need to know,
I'll let
give
you
me
know.
a call.
You're the only people that actually came out here and, well, gave me legitimate questions. Not your usual bullshit, takes 5 seconds to answer, and then they leave. So I appreciate it.
I do what I can for the people.
He nods.
All right, I'm gonna nod to Radaya, towards the door.
I nod
Thanks
back
again.
and get up.
He breathes out pretty heavily. Like, he looks pretty winded, and he leans back into the bed, just kind of, ugh, and gives you guys a wave as you head out, and he continues flicking through the channels.
All right. I guess head over to Roxanne and Xander are hanging around.
On that note, as you guys are leaving the hospital, Xander and Roxanne, where'd you two go to?
The strip of where all the buildings are that
Okay.
we went to last time.
Which shop in particular are you guys perusing?
Well, we know for a fact that the liquor shop was on their to-do list,
Yeah.
but they were also harassing the pizza place.
Indeed. Was there any one place you're going to, or just kind of looking around?
Roxanne has my number, so she can she can go to the pizza place. I'll go to the liquor store and just text me if something happens or you see anything.
Sure. Also, Keeper, I sent my little shadows with the cops. That was technically yesterday in this time frame. Did they come back with anything?
Oh God! When did you say that?
Back in session 3.
Oh my God! You sent the shadows to follow the cops. Which ones?
It was after the fight with that female underworld enforcer.
Okay, so you had some stay behind and then follow her and the cops?
Yeah.
Okay, what were you trying to find out exactly?
I guess how deeply involved the cops are.
Sure. That's definitely a long distance. They're fairly far away, but you find out fairly quickly that whatever they were told, because she was found alone, they book her for maybe an hour tops. Probably feels closer to 30 minutes. They were not very aggressive with their questioning, and they let her go. They were very, like I said, very casual with their questioning.
So they just made it look like they'd taken her in.
Effectively, yeah.
Something's fishy.
Did the cops have any unusual visitors?
Nothing unusual. For how many calls you guys hear being made, they do not look anywhere near that busy.
What do you mean calls?
You hear people constantly saying they should be investigating this murder. They should be investigating violence in this location. So
what he's saying is the cops are dirty pigs.
Yes. Oink, oink, oink. The precinct should be on fire with dudes running around, accepting phone calls left and right. You see him accepting phone calls, or from this distance, I'd imagine it's a little hazy, but your shadows can make out they accept a phone call and they don't write anything down. They just go, and just hang up. That's it. Nothing. Back to the computer. So you can tell not all of them, definitely not all of them.
The ones who aren't bought out are probably about to quit from pure fury.
Yes, and you can tell they probably have their own little cliques as well, as your shadows are kind of perusing through. But there's definitely tension in the precinct, 100%. And then in terms of the pizza joint and the liquor shop, because you guys took care of the enforcers, you notice that they are not bothered at all. In fact, during this chunk of a few hours while you guys are waiting here, and while Moira and Radaya are kind of doing their thing.
Oh, hang on. One more thing.
Yes.
Can I talk to my secret sponsor to see if maybe he knows anything about, I guess, Dahlia? I figure he'll probably need some time to, come back to me.
You can. You definitely had a secret sponsor looks into pigs, ? Yes, go ahead and roll me investigation.
I don't have any tags to speak with him. I just have him.
+1 is good enough.
Okay.
It is. Well, +1 and +2 is really good in this game. +3 is literally as high as it should go, but this game allows you to go higher. I know the dice have been disagreeing today, but trust me. There you go. See? 7. Alrighty. So what precisely are you trying to find out?
Well, now I think the cops might be a dead end.
You have 3 clues you can ask me about cops, so... In fact, I'd go ahead and say probably -1 of those, because I had to give you a good chunk of information there.
Maybe her identity, I guess.
When you say identity, what do you mean by that?
History?
Okay, that makes more sense. So while you're waiting, your secret sponsor is able to kind of go out and do their thing, and they do indeed come back with some information. They let you know that Delia has been with this group for quite some time. She used to be a somewhat lower tier thug, though. She was just a regular enforcer, just running the streets, just like the other ones. But something happened, and she eventually moved up to become a very big fish in a very small pond. And from people that your sponsor is able to speak with, knowing about her, maybe speaking with some of her coworkers, you learn that she actually thinks she's defending Miller Square from something or someone. So she actually sees herself as the defender of Miller Square.
That's a complication.
She's proud of her work. She's not vicious. She's not like
the shark lady?
Delia, correct. She's not like a monster or anything, even though she's, a shark. She is doing this because she believes in it, whatever it is.
But when I talked to that mafia guy, he said that he pays her to do the stuff.
I mean, they're on payroll, yeah.
So, still bad.
Not necessarily. Depends on what she's been told.
I mean, that's like saying a hitman that works for the people is good just because he's working for the people. Still killing people.
It's definitely iffy, yeah. Other than that, though, Roxanne and Xander, y'all run into no issues here. And Moira and Radaya are able to meet up with you guys. It's around midday or so.
I was at the liquor store.
Yeah, and like I said, you ran into no issues. He wasn't attacked or no one bothered him. No weird figures. Mr. George Kim basically seems unbothered. Did you have any questions for George?
I was going to ask if anybody has come to bother him.
No, nothing. He's ready, but, currently nothing.
Can I go to the Sandra's store?
Okay, what are you doing?
Is there a back way to get in there?
There's the front entrance only.
There's no, alley to get into it?
Nope.
Alright, cool. I'm going to astral project through the door.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me sneaky, sneaky, sneak. The streets are busy enough that you can kind of just chill and people won't look at you, at least theoretically. So you can throw spellcasting on there and some of the other ones if you want. Alrighty, an 11. No witnesses. Are you looking for anything in particular in Sandra's hair salon?
Anything that stands out that seems not the usual in a hair salon?
Sure. As you're in your astral form, of course you can't interact with things as you normally would, but you have free reign and nobody can see you, so that's some upside. Takes you a little bit of time, but yeah, everyone was correct. She definitely left in a hurry for whatever reason. You can tell that she effectively closed up shop and just completely left. There is something you notice, though, in the back room in her office. She has a copy of a receipt from Second Chance Pawnbrokers for a very high sum of money. So the first time you asked about them, you didn't know they existed. But in this sense, this is the second or so time that the Second Chance Pawnbrokers has come up. And you, like I said, you see a receipt.
So large lump of sum.
Oh, yeah.
Has been like she sold something there and got money for it, or
it looks as if it's a receipt for pawned jewelry.
So she pawned some jewelry and got a bunch of money.
Yep.
Anything else weird?
Other than that, no.
Okay. I then back to my money, my body, and then I'm gonna call the group over. So, or just went to Sandra's, right? Funny thing on a desk, there's a receipt for the pawnbrokers down the way. Apparently, she pawned a bunch of jewelry and got a crap ton of money. Now, I'm assuming that's when she dipped out.
So
Or died because it wasn't enough.
Oh my God! Don't say that. Maybe she is living her life in Bermuda.
Well, I say we go to the pawnbrokers and ask some questions.
Let's do it. I say yes.
When was the first time the brokers were mentioned?
It was brought up when you were talking to the boys. You learned that Willie pawned off his contract.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, and then they tripled the price and Michael bought it back. He did not appreciate that. Already way over yonder. So we're all headed here?
Yep. I mean, that's the last place we haven't looked, right?
On this map, I believe so, yes.
Let's get getting.
All right, and as you all get to getting, Second Chance Pawnbrokers is just a short dip in the rain away from the square. Inside, you find yourself beset from every direction by dust-gathering memorabilia, antiques, and other personal prized possessions. A long glass counter lines the back, twinkling with precious memories sold by people with no other choice. I got a fancy little image here that I think I can throw at you guys. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds. Alrighty, you see 2 individuals that are currently working here.
Wow, they look skeezy.
A little skeezy. One of them is adjusting the quick loan sign. The other one is standing behind said glass counter. The skinnier one kind of gives you a wave, while the more heavyset one gives you more of a wave as if to say, hello. The other one was just by default of like, yep, there's people coming in. So you guys like slowly one at a time go in?
Yeah.
They are talking to a few other individuals, and it seems as if just the 2 of them are running it by themselves.
Are they talking to each other?
No, one of them is, like I said, kind of in the back, speaking with some customers, and then the other one is up front, and he was adjusting the quick loan sign.
I like that samurai mask there in the back. And the helmet.
There's a samurai mask. There's like a...
We got a skull with some coins for Karen.
I like that one. I'm a big fan.
I'm going to walk up and I'm going to ask if they have any Zippos.
Which one do you walk up to?
Fat guy.
All right. The larger one, you walk up and you can see he's wearing a little name tag that says Dwight. It says,
Dwight Schrute.
Dwight Wilson. He adjusts his small glasses and then kind of slicks back the hair he no longer has. You're looking for Zippos?
Yeah, you know, lighters.
Lighters. Yes, of course. I mean, I guess I have a few. You mean something fancier, correct?
Preferably.
Yeah, and he kind of like through, and then walks over to the right and then motions to a couple. There's one that's shaped like a dragon. One's a skull. You got the standard, the gun. It says, something like this, I assume you're looking for?
Oh, it's I'll keep looking. I'll come back to these.
Well, our entire section will be right here, so anything else that interests you, please don't hesitate to ask.
Each don't hesitate.
Stay a while, listen.
You know what? Maybe I should just ask some questions.
Sure, what do you walk up to?
Xander was talking to the guy.
Yeah, Dwight is behind the counter. The other one's kind of walking around fixing things.
Did we see what was the receipt was for?
It was for about $1,500 worth of jewelry.
That is
Yeah,
not a lot of money.
A suggestive atmosphere?
Indeed. They got some incense burning and such.
You know what? I too can have suggestive atmosphere.
Yeah?
I'm gonna walk over to Lyle.
Okay. He turns to you and kind of, cracks his knuckles, rubs his hand together and goes, what can I do for you?
I'm looking for some jewelry.
Oh, fancy lucky you. We just got some in not too long ago. Come on over this
Oh,
way. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. And as he shows it, there's a pretty fair amount of jewelry here. And while there's no picture, unfortunately, with the receipt, Xander does have like an itemized, earrings, necklace, etc., etc. And you can see some that most likely match that. It would come very close, and the price is much higher. It's like $1,000 for one thing, $750 for another. The earrings are like $250, $300, and then there's a lot there though. There's more than just what Sandra left behind. What suits your fancy precisely? What are you looking for?
I used to get my hair cut at that salon
No, Sandra's,
down
yes,
the
yeah.
street. Yeah, and she had a lot of jewelry that I really loved, and I heard that she had sold you guys some.
You happen to be correct. I apologize. Did you tell me your name? I'm not sure I asked.
My name is Moira.
Moira, wonderful to meet you. My name's Lyle.
Pleasure.
Pleasure, of course. Well, fortunately for you, she turned in some of her jewelry here. Can't say why, but it's quite gorgeous. I can tell you that
What?
much.
She's not coming back? Sorry, I'm a pawn noob. When you pawn stuff, do you indicate if you're coming back for it or not?
They can do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get it back, other times not so much.
Yeah. A lot of times when you do go back for it, they sell it to you for more than they paid.
Yup. I.e. the comic
Pawn
book.
shots they're kind of shit, actually. I get that it's a moneymaker, but I start looking through them then. Or looking in the glass case, I guess, is where they would be.
Yeah, and he's kind of pointing some out to you, and he says, these ones would match your ears. These earrings would match your eyes quite nicely, and this necklace here would look absolutely smashing on you, I think.
I think you're right. How much?
Oh, let's see here. The necklace, it looks like it's running a $950. Oh, that is a deal. That is a
Oof.
deal. Oh,
Is it a deal?
Oh, we have everything. Double, triple, quadruple checked here, and the prices... You can't beat them. Let me tell you, you can't beat them. Were you to go to some big box store, this would be at least minimum $2,000.
Oh, that is quite a lot. I'm just gonna go ahead and look at all the stuff that you've got here. Obviously, I'm not gonna touch it. I just wanna, take a look, make sure I've got the set that I want.
Unless you can reach through glass, no way you can touch it, so feel free. Touch as much as you want with your eyes.
I am.
That makes me want to reach in and touch it.
I slap Roxanne's hand.
No.
Bad cat.
You would be slapping my shadow hand.
While I'm looking over stuff, I'm like, you got any idea why she was heading out?
Oh, I honestly can't say. If anything, I had to cancel one of my appointments. My hair's getting a little long, and he kind of pulls at it, which doesn't look too bad, and maybe I can go for a new
I
look.
know. I completely missed an appointment. I had no idea she was going anywhere. And then I'm hearing that she's like eloping.
You know what? With how much money she got from that, there is not a 0% chance that she did indeed elope. I saw her talking to a very fine gentleman, if you don't mind my saying. Yeah, it made me a little jealous, but what are you gonna do?
Oh, what do you mean? What kind of guy is that? That could make you jealous?
Oh, she was she was definitely a looker. She was a wonderful, wonderful lady, but this guy was a whole nother level. Just looking at him was
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
No, now I'm curious. Now I have to know. Now, what did he look like?
Yeah, you know what? You know those people that are just generically super attractive? He was one of those. Just Just your everyday cut from stone kind of guy. Just
Oh yeah, regular old Achilles.
Regular, precisely. Wish I could just smack him right in the heel, but unfortunately.
Has he ever come in here?
What, Mr. Pretty Boy?
Yeah. Because maybe I want to elope, you know?
Oh.
Life in the city and all that, it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, this is true. Times are pretty hard right now. I will not deny you that. But hey, I mean, so question, Moira, what did you bring in on your person to this location?
What did I bring in on my person?
Yeah, like do you have like a purse or like a backpack or anything on you?
Yeah, I probably have a purse.
Okay.
Probably got some.
Who is she talking to right now?
Lyle.
Can I, while she's talking to him, stand kind of next to them and use my Eye of Azar to look into his soul and see if I can see what the guy looks like?
So to like read his mind effectively to see what he's.
While I'm asking about the pretty boy while we're talking about him.
I want to see what he looks like.
Let's see. I would say roll go toe to toe just to get what you want, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to basically suck this vision out of his head. The suggestive atmosphere, though, definitely select that as a negative. Should be under the story tags. And are you wearing any jewelry, Moira?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. He kind of looks over that as he's continuing to talk. So you manage to achieve what you want, and you know, I assume block, so he can't vocally or any kind of retaliate, Mr. Xander.
Yeah,
makes sense. Okay. While he's speaking about this Adonis, you see precisely that. You just see a vague, unfortunately faceless but shining man in a nice suit, chiseled jaw, cigar in one hand, drinking some sort of mixed cocktail, just sort of standing amongst.
Is that the guy I already talked to?
I guarantee you it is.
It feels the same, yeah. It feels like the same aura, but you can't physically see his face.
Okay, so
he's letting off the same kind of vibe, though.
So, I think my suspicions are correct. I think what happened is that guy is the guy who's at the bar in his underground little lair because he's a weirdo, and I think the chick who's a salon person is also the fish lady.
What? What? Can you look into
say that again?
Okay, so she sold her jewelry, whatever. But my suspicion is because remember, we all have powers, right? And like normal people can't see what we look like with our powers, but we can see people with powers. So nobody would know that she has fish powers, and she's working for a beautiful man who I've already seen, and he talks about her and hiring her and telling her to do stuff. And she says that this is her place that she's trying to protect, aka the haircut place or whatever, because she was a part of this strip, so she would be protecting it, quote unquote. So why would she not be protecting the place where she worked? And she also worked with the creepy guy that I found in the dungeon.
Would my notes from Secret Sponsor merge with any of that as far as Sandra goes?
Unless she was moonlighting as an enforcer, I would say no, because your information, Roxanne, that you know that she was an enforcer for quite some time prior to her awakening. It does somewhat line up, though.
I wish I was in person because I could see Daniel and I could tell if he's grinning or not.
Melanie,
like,
look away.
Am I on the money? Am I close? I feel like I'm close.
I can't say anything.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I feel like that's it because that all lines up. She disappears, but then she comes Fish Lady, the protector of her little strip, and then the weird guy is like paying her to do something, but clearly there's something else going on. So that's, we got to figure that out. But I feel like she's Fish Lady because that makes sense. We can see people with powers, and that's why we see her as Fish Lady.
But she killed Sam Saddle. Yeah, all these people are being
something could have been up with Sam Saddle that we don't know.
I am not going to say that this is incorrect, but I don't. Something about that smells.
I watched way too many crime stuff. I'm piecing this together.
Look. I don't think that makes sense.
Hey, at least I'm giving options here.
That's true. I just think that I just feel like if she was trying to protect the strip, then why are they still getting like harassed? Why are they beating people up? Why are they killing people? Why is
she's not the bruisers, right? She's not the guys in the hats. But also, sometimes, if you in plenty of movies, people get stuck in situations where they don't really want to be in, but unfortunately they have to be a part of something that they don't want to get out of the situation. That's why she sold her stuff to get money. Maybe she was forced to, maybe she wasn't. There's a burden on her, so where it's forcing her to peddle for whatever reason. That's why that guy's paying her. That's why she had to sell stuff, yada, 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 so on and so forth.
Time will tell.
I am just going to go ahead and say that I think that's a perfectly valid explanation as a journalist and waiting to see all the facts. But that's just me.
Alrighty.
As a paranormal detective, I feel like this is it.
As a paranormal detective, I believe in conspiracies.
And hey, sometimes they're true. Mothman exists.
Technically speaking, Mothman is a conspiracy theory. So
says the conspiracy theory.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So you can tell he's kind of eyeballing your jewelry, but you do your something, Xander, and you're close enough that he kind of like it's like sniffing at the air, and before he says something to you, Maury, he looks to you, Xander, and he goes, "Oh, what? Hey there, friend. Were you looking for something? Looking to buy something? Looking to sell?"
Do I see anything behind him?
No.
I don't see any items or anything.
Oh, I thought you were saying weird. Yeah, oh yeah. There's a ton. There's so much shit here. Think of something weird that's in this room.
Samurai sword.
Yes.
Well, I'm looking at that.
Looking to buy this here katana.
Yeah, I always love sharp, pointy things.
Yeah, but
it looks really nice.
Go
Add it to the collection. I'll have a few at my pad, as you say, as my flat.
Yeah, of course. It'd go very well with your trench coat there. We have some nice weaponry here, but we got some nicer stuff if you're looking for your actual collector's items. You're looking for your bargain basement katana. You're looking for something real, some real steel, buddy.
Do you have any swords that aren't going to break if I whack it against something?
Oh, of course. I mean, you might need to, depending on how much cash you got on you. I ain't one to judge, but you can always trade item for an item. And his eyes jump to your necklace and he says, "That necklace, for example, it's quite nice looking. You could probably pawn that.
I'll have the cash for it."
Oh, understandably, but that is a very nice necklace you got there, friend. What's your name again?
What?
I don't believe I got your name.
My name's Peter.
Peter. Well, Mr. Peter. As I said, that's a very nice necklace. I can't seem to take my eyes off it. It looks absolutely wonderful on you. May I do say, Miss Moira, you said you're pretty good with the jewelry here, yes?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Do not feel shy about flagging me down. I'll be right over here talking to Mr. Peter and showing him some more finer weaponry. Please just flag down myself or my brother Dwight. He may look kind of off-putting sometimes, but he really is just a ball and a bundle of joy.
Absolutely will do. Thank you so much, Lyle.
Perfect. And he kind of
want to steal something.
He puts his arm around your shoulders, Xander, and begins to show you off to the finer weaponry as Roxanne begins to eyeball things she might want to steal.
These ripoffs, I want to steal something.
You say he puts his hand on my shoulder?
Yeah, like hey, come with me, friend. Got one of those.
I'm going to. Is he across the counter or in front of me?
Oh, he's walking around on the floor. There's no counter with him currently.
With my right hand, I'm going to grab my Eye of Azar, and with my left hand, I'm going to be like, slightly nudge his hand off, be like, "All right, show me the things."
And he looks to you and smirks. His eyes dance between you and your neck and says, "But of course." And we'll go ahead and pause there.